to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Hello, my name is Owen Thorne, and I welcome you to this gentle journey of rest. Right now, you are invited to find a place where you can breathe easy, allowing your mind to settle in comfort. You might lie down and feel the subtle weight of your body sink into a mattress or a plush cushion. In this moment, give yourself permission to feel calm, to let each breath loosen the knots of tension that may have gathered in your day. Tonight's story will guide you to a realm of mist-covered mountains at twilight, where the hush of a mystical evening carries you along with a quiet sense of wonder and peace. Allow the simple act of breathing to be your anchor as you drift softly into this tranquil landscape, ready to release the rest of the world and step into a place of dreamlike serenity. Feel the slow flow of air as it travels in and out, soothing and gentle. Notice how your shoulders ease downward, how your thoughts turn soft and unhurried. Let the hush of this moment envelop you, as though a silken curtain were being drawn around you. The gentle weight of your eyelids might begin to call for rest. You are free to surrender to it now, or to linger on the edge of waking. There is no hurry here. All that matters is that you allow each breath to pull you deeper into a sense of calm. With every exhalation, any lingering worries float away, dissolving into the silence. Far away, in a secluded part of an enchanted realm, a gentle twilight settles over a chain of misty mountains. The sky above them, still clinging to the last traces of daylight, appears as a quiet canvas of soft lavender and smoky grey. Silken clouds, tinged with the subtle glow of the fading sun, glide slowly across the firmament, carrying a promise of rest. In a secluded glen at the base of those mountains, a traveller stands, listening to the hush in the cool, late evening air. This traveller, draped in a cloak of deep earth tones, is drawn by something in the air. Perhaps it's the faint aroma of dew-kissed pine needles, or the gentle hush of a breeze that stirs the branches of ancient trees. Though the figure's journey began in distant lands, all sense of urgency seems to melt away here. The traveller gazes at a narrow, winding path that leads toward the mountains. In that soft twilight glow, the path appears to shimmer, as if gently lit from within, inviting exploration. With each measured step, the traveller notices how the forest floor feels underfoot, springy with moss in some places, dotted with smooth stones in others. The hush of the evening descends like a comforting blanket, broken only by the occasional rustle of small creatures in the underbrush. Overhead, a pair of nightbirds circles lazily, their wings outstretched, floating on the gentle dusk air. Their soft call resonates through the quiet landscape, echoing the lull of the coming night. As the traveller makes their way deeper into the forested foothills. Tall pines and sturdy oaks stand like watchful guardians. Their branches stretch overhead, forming an interlaced canopy that filters the final rays of twilight. Shafts of pale, violet-tinged light slip between the leaves, illuminating dancing motes of dust that sparkle like tiny drifting stars. The air here carries a clean, fresh scent, reminiscent of mist and cooling pine, a fragrance that beckons the spirit to rest. The higher the traveller climbs, the more pronounced the hush becomes. Far below, a gentle stream can be heard murmuring, its waters trickling over stones smoothed by centuries of soft erosion. The traveller pauses to listen, letting that small, watery voice soothe the mind. The path meanders along the water's edge for a while, revealing glimpses of pale water lilies resting upon the surface. Their delicate petals curl inward, preparing for nightfall, as if encouraging all living things to follow their gentle lead. Rising up from the soft ground, mist begins to swirl around the traveller's ankles, a light, ethereal presence that seems to weave in and out of the trees. Each step draws them deeper into this world of half-light, where the air feels cool and tinged with the faint sparkle of distant starlight just emerging overhead. On the far horizon, the peaks of the mountains are barely visible, wreathed in a veil of opalescent mist, giving the landscape a sense of timeless enchantment. In the growing dusk, the traveller's pace slows to a calm, wandering gait. There is no rush to meet a deadline or cross a finish line. Instead, the gentle crunch of gravel underfoot, the distant call of a night bird, and the slow rhythm of breath all converge in a mindful dance of serenity. The world around these misty mountains seems to exist in a pocket outside of ordinary time, as though the very act of moving forward brings the traveller closer, not just to a physical destination, but to a moment of inward stillness. Continuing along the winding path, the traveller notices a subtle glow flickering in the distance. It appears to be a lantern suspended from the branch of a twisted, ancient tree. The lantern's light is muted and warm, barely piercing the mist. As the traveller nears it, a gentle shimmer reveals itself on the forest floor. Tiny, bioluminescent fungi, their pale gleam casting a soft, enchanting luminescence. Each small cap, dotted across the mossy wood, seems to greet the traveller, like miniature lanterns in the night. Drawn by the subtle glow, the traveller leans closer to the fungi, noticing the delicate veins that carry this soft light. The pattern of the mushrooms hints at the shape of a crescent moon, mirroring the glowing crescent now slowly emerging in the sky above. A breeze moves through, and the lantern above sways, casting dancing shadows on the trunks of nearby trees. The traveller takes this as a friendly signal to move onward. Soon, the path begins to climb more steeply, curving around outcroppings of smooth stone. Each outcropping glints faintly in the twilight, as though hidden crystals were embedded within. The traveller runs a hand gently across one of these stones, feeling the cool texture, noticing how time and weather have sculpted each surface into a shape that feels just right beneath their palm. A timelessness resides in every grain of this terrain, as though these mountains have stood watch for countless dusk till dawn cycles, each night weaving a new story into their ancient domain. As night deepens, the sky overhead transforms into a grand tapestry of stars, each one shimmering like a distant lantern guiding the way forward. The path narrows, hugging the mountainside. Wisps of cloud drift across the moon, illuminating patches of rugged rock in gentle silver. The traveller pauses to look out over the valley below, now cloaked in a soft, bluish haze. Through the hush, the faint crooning of a distant waterfall can be heard, humming a lullaby that fills the cool evening air. The traveller moves on, feeling a reassuring presence in the atmosphere, as though invisible companions walk alongside, silently showing the way. The shape of the trail leads to a moss-covered archway carved into the rock. Over this arch, a vine grows, its leaves shimmering with tiny droplets of dew that catch the moon's light. It looks like a hidden gate to another world, a realm existing in a moment suspended between dusk and dawn. Stepping through the archway, the traveller emerges into a small clearing perched on a ledge above the valley. An ancient, gnarled tree stands at its centre, branches twisted and wide. Soft, silvery moss drapes from the limbs like the trailing edges of a gentle mist. Beneath the tree's canopy, the ground is cushioned by a thick layer of moss, inviting rest. The traveller steps onto this living carpet, each step muffled and serene. The hush of the night sky envelops everything, a reminder of nature's tranquil embrace. Slivers of moonlight filter through the branches, illuminating carved symbols on the tree's trunk, ancient markings that speak of generations long past. Although the traveller cannot decipher the exact meaning, the shapes and curves radiate an energy of kindness, suggesting this place has served as a haven for wanderers for many ages. Kneeling gently, the traveller traces the lines with a fingertip, feeling the grooves in the wood. A soft warmth seems to resonate, as if echoing each loving hand that has touched these symbols before. In the hush of that clearing, a lull falls over every sense. The gentle pulse of the wind among the leaves, the soothing hush of distant running water, and the muted glow of moonlight on mist all weave together into a gentle tapestry of peace. Time appears to slow until each breath feels like a lullaby. The traveller leans back against the ancient trunk of the tree, letting eyelids grow heavy in a restful pause. After a moment's rest, the traveller senses a path continuing past the clearing, winding upward into the heart of the misty range. Rising, the figure continues onward, guided by the quiet luminescence of moonlight. Each step carries them higher, closer to the realm where clouds and peaks intertwine in a dreamy dance. The wind grows slightly cooler, carrying the fresh scent of wildflowers that bloom only under the moon's tender gaze. Pale petals, gently lit by starlight, peek out from rocky crevices, as if greeting the traveller with soft smiles. Upward still, the traveller ascends, coming upon a narrow ridge that provides a sweeping view of the lands below. There, in the distance, a narrow ribbon of a waterfall cascades down the mountainside, its spray forming a faint, shimmering veil in the moonlit air. Farther below, rolling hills spread out in gentle folds, each crest capped with a soft swirl of mist. The valley rests in velvet darkness, a tapestry of shadow and faint luminescence, as if the mountains themselves cradle it in a protective embrace. A sense of wonder fills the traveller's heart with each passing moment. There is a quiet reverence here, as though nature's simplest forms, stone and water, leaf and breeze, have blended into a single harmonious lullaby meant for all creatures who seek solace. The traveller's steps slow not from weariness, but from awe, each movement a reverent act in this sacred twilight. Rounding a bend, the traveller discovers a small waterfall tucked away behind a curtain of ivy. Moonlight glints off its surface, creating tiny rainbows in the floating mist. The gentle rush of water serves as a soothing companion, lulling the mind to a state of near dream. A handful of stepping stones lead across the pool's edge, and the traveller carefully treads over them, marvelling at the reflection of the moon flickering on the water's surface. On the far side of this hidden pool, the path continues in a soft, upward slope. Towering pines line the route like guardians of a secret kingdom, their silhouettes stark and noble against the moonlit sky. From a branch overhead, an owl looks down, blinking slowly, its eyes reflecting the moon's gentle light. With a faint flutter of wings, it glides off into the darkness, disappearing silently among the trees. Its departure leaves only the hushed whisper of the breeze and the rhythmic pulse of the waterfall behind. Gradually, the veil of mist thickens. Clouds drift lower, clinging to the high passes like silvery scarves. The traveller presses on, face brushed by the cool vapour, senses alert to each shift in the atmosphere. This realm feels suspended between worlds, the boundary between awake and asleep. In the silence, every subtle sound takes on significance. A falling leaf, the trickling of water, the quiet shuffle of the traveller's feet. And yet, none of it disrupts the overarching sense of stillness. Reaching an altitude where the forest begins to thin, the traveller steps out onto a plateau. Here, the moonlight bathes the rocky landscape in an otherworldly glow, and the mist swirls in ghostly spirals across the ground. At the plateau's centre sits a stone formation, shaped like a wide bench carved ages ago. Smooth and inviting, it appears as though designed for rest. Without hesitation, the traveller settles upon it, leaning back to gaze at the stars overhead. A wide swath of glittering light crosses the sky, a flowing river of stars that seems to curve above the mountains. Clusters of constellations form patterns that hint at hidden stories. Comets might occasionally arc across the darkness, leaving a brief shimmer in their wake. The traveller finds themselves lost in the silent symphony of starlight, mind drifting into a state of near slumber. The hush of this world seems to lull the body and spirit alike, inviting calm without demands. A gentle breeze picks up, carrying the scents of distant highland meadows and the faint tang of cold glacial streams. Against the starlit backdrop, the peaks rise in quiet majesty, their summits cloaked in shifting layers of cloud. As the night deepens, their silhouettes blend with the sky, leaving only a faint outline that suggests the secret ridges and valleys beyond. Everything feels at once vast and intimately close, drawing the traveller into a shared moment with the ancient mountains themselves. Before long, the traveller senses a new wave of fatigue, not the weary ache of a day's journey, but the soft heaviness that portends a peaceful descent into slumber. Rising from the stone seat, the figure continues onward, travelling the final stretch that leads to a sheltered nook on the mountainside. The path dips into a natural hollow, encircled by low shrubs and rocks shaped by centuries of gentle weathering. In this hollow, a shallow pool mirrors the moon, and the surface is so still it's as if no wind dares disturb it. Here, the traveller finds a patch of soft grass, dotted with tiny wildflowers that shimmer faintly in the moonlight. They settle down, resting their back against a smooth stone warmed by the day's lingering heat. This place exudes a comforting hush, the kind that invites all thoughts to fall silent and all concerns to drift away. The traveller closes their eyes for a moment, breathing in the crisp mountain air, letting the subtle magic of the night cradle them in gentle arms. The mountains stand guard, silent and steadfast, as the mist curls across their slopes. An unspoken harmony weaves through every shadow, each star, and the faint glimmer of the moonlit pool. Nothing is rushed here. Time unfurls at its own unhurried pace, welcoming a deep and restful pause. In that hush, the traveller's mind floats free, unburdened by daily cares, unhooked from the busyness of a world far below. The only sensation is the slow, steady rhythm of breath and the faint, reassuring thrum of nature's heart beneath the earth. Drifting, the traveller rests in this safe haven, body and spirit yielding to the profound stillness. Allow the traveller's calm to resonate through your own mind now. This space, high among misty mountains at twilight, draws everything into a gentle ease. Perhaps you imagine the distant glow of starlight softly illuminating a secluded hollow, just as the traveller experiences. Notice the way each breath settles your thoughts, weaving a tender cocoon of warmth and peace around you. There is no need for further movement, no call to action. The mountains and the mist cradle you in unwavering tranquility. Feel each inhalation as a cool, refreshing breeze, and each exhalation as a gentle wave of release. As your breath flows, your body drifts deeper into stillness. Perhaps your limbs grow pleasantly heavy, resting as though on soft, moss-covered earth. It might feel as if a gentle hush wraps around your shoulders, encouraging you to surrender to the night's soothing lullaby. In this realm, it is safe to let go, to float on the edge of awareness until drowsiness welcomes you into its embrace. Everything grows quieter now. The hush of the mountains surrounds you with tender calm. Even the subtlest noises seem to melt into a larger silence, as though the entire world holds its breath in reverence of your rest. Like the traveler, you are free to drift into the cradle of this mystical twilight, letting the gentle images of mist and moonlight guide you gently towards slumber. Slowly, softly, the pace of your thoughts begins to mirror the unhurried motion of clouds passing across a starry sky. Any tension that may have lingered dissolves with each rhythmic exhalation. This is a place where everything finds peace: the stones, the trees, the traveler, and you, lulled by the night's comforting presence. There is nothing left to do here but yield to the soothing lull that beckons you ever closer to deep rest. With each moment, the night's embrace grows warmer. The edges of your awareness soften. Your breath is calm. Your heart is steady. In this dreamlike space, you feel the hush of centuries-old mountains, standing watch over all who seek sanctuary in their twilight realm. Your eyes may already be gently closed or drifting toward rest. Let them remain that way. Let this story fade into the soft tapestry of your dreams, guiding you into a profound and healing sleep. Peace settles over you, like a soft blanket of mist gliding along a silent ridge. The last sounds you notice are the quiet echoes of nature's lullaby, the rustle of leaves, the distant ripple of water, the hush of a night breeze weaving through the peaks. Each sound carries you farther into that deeply relaxed state, where dreams unfurl with kindness and gentle wonder. If you are not already asleep, you are on the threshold. Let yourself cross that boundary now, guided by the calm of this enchanted realm. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well. May the misty mountains cradle you in their gentle twilight, and may your dreams carry you through a realm of peace and comfort. Let the hush of the forest, the shimmer of the moon, and the soft glow of starlight watch over you until dawn's first light. Rest now, and know that this calm, soothing place awaits you whenever you wish to return. Sleep peacefully,